everybody, I am home from work and having lunch. Today is a special day because it's Friday, February 14th. What does that mean?
What does it mean, Braden?
Valentine's Day.
And our anniversary.
Hey, happy anniversary to us.
Yeah, we have been married for 4 years today. I kind of feel like 4 years is like where you're getting into it, you know? Like, people are like, okay, you've been married for like kind of a while now.
I hope so. I mean, that sounds like nothing to a lot of you, but some of you aren't married, so that is a lot. 4 years, 2 kids, finished college, you finished hair school, and we moved cross country.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I say it's pretty impressive.
So on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, we asked you guys what your assumptions about our relationship is. Ours is, we have tons of assumptions that we want to
talk about.
But before we jump into today's video, we want to share with you our sponsor for today's video. Okay friends, skip the department stores and fragrance counters and get a monthly subscription service that allows you to try out premium designer perfumes at a very affordable price. Scentbird has all of the newest and most popular scents from all over the world. Fun tip, there are actually 160 sprays in each bottle of Scentbird. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to perfume, I have a pretty expensive taste. One of my favorite things about Scentbird is that all of their bottles come in these really cool packages so that you can take them anywhere you want. In your backpack, in your pocket, anywhere. If you guys want to try out this awesome subscription service, click the link down below to get 50% off your first month. All that being said, thank you Scentbird for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into the rest of the video.
Yep.
And I just want you guys to admire the background because the kids helped me decorate for Valentine's Day and I took these really cute pictures of them. So I kind of brought.
So freaking cute. Here we go. How often do you quarrel with each other and how do you avoid quarrels?
I feel like we quarrel every day.
Probably.
I say so. I feel like we are very honest with each other and we don't, like if something's...
Hold things back.
We don't hold things back. If something's bothering us, we're like, hey, this is annoying me. Let's confront this decision right now and figure it out.
And sometimes it's not always the nicest. And sometimes feelings get hurt, sometimes it gets more intense, sometimes it stays like a light quarrel. But
I will say that like our fights or our quarrels don't last for very long because we say, I'm sorry, I love you.
We'll figure it out.
5 minutes later.
Another assumption, you hate Utah? No way! We miss Utah.
Yep.
Your family is so cute. Thanks. You guys fight about your kids? Not really.
Not really. I feel like we agree on most things.
Totally.
I feel like I'm the one that does a lot of the parenting research, and then I tell Braden, and then we kind of
talk about it. I might do some other research, but really you spend all the time with them, so you kind of come up with a lot of the things. You guys never argue. P.S. Love you guys. Well, we just talked about that one. You guys don't get to spend as much time together as you would like. P.S. Love you guys. That is true.
That is very true.
It's just hard to find a babysitter, and especially at night because Maya doesn't go to sleep without Janna or I. Talmadge will, but we're still getting to that point.
Yeah.
I assume you let your kids do whatever they want.
I think that's really funny, and this is something that's really, really hard for me.
So the other day, Janna came home and was because, and I appreciate this assumption because this is something that we're really struggling with as a couple. We're really working on, and is a source of a lot of contention and frustration. And
well, first I should say that most people think this because of our oldest. We call him Thing One. So
Talmadge.
He is such a good boy. He has such a tender heart, and at home he is just like stellar, like so much fun. He is super obedient, but he has a really hard time socially.
Well, and also his personality is very outgoing and he loves to wrestle.
He's very sporadic.
Like, he and I wrestle really roughly. Like when I see other parents with their kids, I'm like, oh. But he loves it. He thrives off it, so I wrestle with him more and more and a little harder and harder.
For me, the inspiration that I have found with parenting Talmadge is to be more uplifting with him and definitely have clear boundaries with him.
I think you guys have a very healthy relationship. Thank you.
Thank you.
You aren't very intimate. Dang it, it's anniversary day.
Stop.
This isn't really an assumption, but when is baby number 3 coming? LOL.
I think I might be pregnant. Just kidding.
No. Maybe next year? I think so, next year.
Yeah, probably next year.
I assume that Janna never gets alone time. For example, shop, stay home alone, do things, just her. Pretty accurate.
No.
Janna is really dedicated to our family, and so she has a hard time putting things on the calendar and saying, Braden, I'm going to do this at this time.
The problem is, anytime I want to leave the house, I need to spend money because it's like going shopping or like going to get crafts and so.
And I say you could go on a walk, you could go on another walk.
I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, exactly. I just need to get girls together and go out and do stuff more often.
I assume that you guys want 4 kids. I'd say more than that.
I'd say more.
It depends like how high on the insanity level we are at that point. Yeah. I assume that Braden disciplines the kids. Yeah. It's funny, like I discipline them, but I'm also the pushover when Talmadge like wants to watch one more show before he goes to bed or whatever.
No, like Braden has like a stern face, but once you get into his heart, he's just like this fluffy marshmallow. Where like if I get mad, I am mad, and I'm gonna like stick to my guns and
just to stick to them. You guys think family time is the most important thing in the world? Yes.
Something really nice about Braden is that if I've had a really crazy day, and the kids are like really wanting to hang out with him, I'm like, okay, give me 10 minutes. I'm gonna go upstairs and be by myself, and then he'll just watch the kids.
Totes, it's so fun. Assumption, you have an old-fashioned relationship. I would say no.
I would say no. I'd say
it's like a hybrid. Because Janna cooks and does 99.2% of the cooking. I make cereal. And I heat stuff up. I mean, I could do more, but it's just not what I'm good at. It's not what I like get and click.
I'm like, it's okay.
So I'll do the
make
dishes,
you some dinner.
And she makes the food. So that traditional in that sense, but traditional in the sense that I do all the work and I provide all the income is not true.
Yeah.
We have a better split that way. Are there certain topics you know not to bring up with the other person?
Ooh, that's a good one. That was my sister. That was a good one.
Yeah, I would say so, but there really aren't a lot of them. Like we said earlier, most things are open. We just talk about things. We
really try to talk positively about each other's families.
Well, when we first got married, it was like my family, your family. And we loved each other's families, but it wasn't our families yet. Yeah. And so I would say over these 4 years, we've learned to mesh them. What are some things you do to take care of each other emotionally, physically, mentally? So alone time for Janna is a big thing for her in all senses. After a long day with the kids, one thing that Janna's been doing that I like, but I kind of feel guilty at the same time is,
I don't even know what you're gonna say.
When I come home and the kids are jumping on me, sometimes I'm just maxed out, my brain's fried, and I just need some time, and Janna will ask the kids to give me a second. And I feel bad because I want to spend time with them, but I also know that if I take 2 minutes and go change out of my work clothes, it will be a better night with the kids. Okay, what is something you respect about each other? Justine, you got good ones. Yeah. I really respect, I put this in my post today, my anniversary post today to Janna. I love how she loves other people.
Aww.
Just loves other people around her and will do anything for other people. A lot of times at the detriment of herself, but she just loves 100%.
I love that Braden, I love that he's seriously so selfless.
That's what motivates me. That's what drives me. That's why I go to work. That's why I wake up in the morning.
Like he just never stops. But I think that you do need to take time for yourself sometimes.
Thanks. Okay, I want to hear your response to a lot of these things, so you better be lighting up the comments.
How do you keep your relationship exciting?
When you do the same thing every day. Doing YouTube honestly keeps it pretty exciting because we have to be creative, we have to think about what we want to do for the next video, what you all want to see.
Or something Braden did yesterday is I was having like a really anxietal day. I just felt a lot of anxiety. And he brought home a whole pack of Oreos and we laid in bed and watched our...
A Million Little Things. And This Is Us.
And it was just the best and it meant so much. Why
really?
am I tearing up?
I don't know.
I've been really emotional lately.
You're not pregnant, I know that for sure.
Another thing, I was talking on the phone with my sister the other day and she brought up this funny thing that I had never thought about. She's like, Janna, you know, sometimes on your videos you kind of look like a princess wife. Like it looks like Braden does everything for you. And like, is that true? Or maybe that's something that you need to confront?
Expose.
I feel like something that we learned early on in our marriage was that we both give 100%. So like a lot of people say, each person needs to give 50%. Like yesterday I was having a hard day, but I was still giving it everything I could.
Totes.
So my 100% looked a lot different than Braden's.
But I think a lot of what we film is when I get home. And when I get home is when I'll play with the kids, we put them to bed together, or like she'll be making dinner and I'll be playing with the kids, or I'll be like, I don't know, going through stuff.
Or he'll be like doing the dishes or something like that. Right.
So I think that's a lot of what you guys see, but during the day, she has the war here at home and I'm at work.
Yeah.
So I guess
you're still doing a lot at work.
Yeah, it depends how you look at it.
But this is something that me and Braden have talked about a lot, and I feel like our relationship is just very fair.
All right, you guys, that is our relationship assumptions video. Thank you so much to all of you who submitted those on Instagram. Thanks for watching out and hanging out with us, guys. We will see you next time. What's today? Tuesday?
I love this guy right here. He's the best.
Thanks, honey. Love you.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We love you so much, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.